Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today I am sharing this really fun, colorful card using some Ink on 3 products. I'm using the BeYOUtiful stamp set, the Wonky Lines, and Alphabet Soup stencil. So these stencils are new to the Ink on 3 store. They've actually been out for quite a few weeks, but I just haven't had the chance to use them, and I thought it would be a perfect time to pull them out. For my main stamp image, I am using the large floral in the BeYOUtiful stamp set, and I've used this stamp set many times before because I just really love it. It's a large floral, really easy to color. The stamen in the flower actually is also a separate image in the stamp set, so if you were to do some no line coloring, you could stamp it after you color, or you can even use it to heat emboss on top of the floral once you are done coloring it. For my floral arrangement, I decided that I wanted to have the leaves look like they're under the flowers, so I had to mask off the main floral. And for the floral buds, I just went ahead and stamped it directly. I just made sure that it didn't overlap any of the leaves. For the coloring today, I am using some Copic markers, and I normally color with 3 Copic markers, but for the leaves today, I'm actually only using 2. I thought it would be really fun to kind of just show you that you are able to create dimension without having to use more than 2 markers, and I am doing that with YG17 and YG01. These are kind of staple colors that are in my collection. I use them pretty frequently and they blend well together. For the leaves themselves, I just put down the YG17 color in all the shadow areas where the little leaf details are, and then I blended it out with the YG01, leaving a bit of white space, and by leaving a bit of white space, it kind of mimics that look of highlights. You definitely don't have to color the whole area and you'll be able to create that dimensional look. So I'm doing the same thing with the flower buds, the stems of the flower buds, and I am going in with my darkest color, blending out with the YG01 and leaving a little bit of white space just so there is some highlights. So I did struggle a bit trying to choose my flower color because I usually always go with pink or purple. Today I decided to go with teal, and that's not a traditional color, but for some reason I was just really drawn to it. I thought it was really pretty. For my teal combination, I am using 3 colors because of the large floral. I really wanted to create dimension within the flower itself, so I am using BG18, BG13, and BG11. I started off with the flower buds first because they are smaller areas, so then I could focus on the main floral. I even played with the idea of having a different color for the main floral, but I decided that I wanted everything to be teal, and that's what I did. For my BG18 color, I'm just going to go in and add the color where I want all the shadows. I am kind of adding even more dimension to the flower itself because this is a very sketchy flower, so you can add dimension wherever you want. I usually put the shadows wherever there are folds or wherever there are the little lines for the details, and it's a good indicator of where you should be putting your shadows. And of course, if you don't like figuring out where the shadows are, you definitely don't have to. You can color this really easily just using 1 Copic marker if you wanted to. But if you follow me, you know I like to use a bit of dimension for my coloring. So I like to lay down all my shadows for the floral first, and then I will go in with my second color, which is the BG13. And I will say that the BG18 and the BG13 take a bit to blend, but they do blend beautifully, and I really like it. So I'm trying to leave as much white space for my last color as possible, and that will create that highlight for the flowers. And I know that different people color flowers very differently. This is just how I do mine. I think that this one is a really great one to practice your Copic coloring because there is so much space on it. I also wanted to take the time to chat a little bit about where I've been. I know I haven't been as active on YouTube as I would like, but I have been creating cards. I've been posting on Instagram like crazy. This June has just been super busy. I have a bunch of deadlines coming up, so I just haven't been able to put the time into the videos, editing, filming, doing voiceovers. It's a lot of extra time that I don't have, and I do work a full-time job. And because the world is kind of opening up again, I have plans. I'm going outside. I have activities that I'm doing, and so I kind of need to rebalance my life. I kind of took on on more design team work during the pandemic because I was stuck inside and didn't have anything else to do. So now it's an effort of trying to rebalance my life, social, work, and crafting. So I wonder if you guys are kind of going through the same thing, because I assume that you picked up some hobbies during quarantine, and so now it's like a reshift of priorities and the things you want to do. I am really excited because I planned a 2-week vacation in Hawaii, so I'm super excited. I'm going to Oahu. I've been there before. I wanted to pick somewhere where I have been because I didn't want to do the touristy stuff. I didn't want to have to worry about seeing all the things, and I just wanted to go to the beach, sit on the beach, go into the ocean, and just relax. So I'm really excited. If you guys have any recommendations, I'm happy to hear them. I have this crazy list of places that I've previously gone that I wanted to revisit, and then new places, and I am looking for hikes. So I know there's the popular ones, and I'm really excited to go. So I will share what I did when I get back, but I have been looking forward to an actual vacation for a long time, basically a year. If you have summer plans, let me know what they are. I would love to hear about them. For the background, I am using the wonky line stencil, and this one's a little tricky because the lines in the stencils are really thin. So I do recommend using pixie spray or some kind of adhesive to hold down the stencil while you are using it, because they do move. And I am using this Wendy Vecchi Station, which is magnetic and it holds down the stencil, but I also have washi tape taped behind on the cardstock to the stencil just so it stays. I just used Marigold, orange, and Bee Sting yellow to create a background because I wanted something fun and bright and floral. I generally have been trying to kind of step outside my comfort zone with the colors and picking different color schemes than I normally would for my cards. For the sentiment, I am using the Alphabet Soup stencil, and this is such a fun one. I don't know why I haven't used alphabet stencils before. I guess there aren't that many on the market, but it was super easy to line up, ink up the color, and create your own custom sentiment like I did here. I chose a easy one that just says love you. I thought it went well with the floral and the card itself, and I used Trinity Teal to match my flower that I colored with Copic markers. I just trimmed down the strip of the sentiment, matted on black cardstock, and I was done with that. For my card itself, I actually trimmed down my stenciled background just 1/4 of an inch, matted on a piece of A2 cardstock, and then I actually fussy cut the floral image out. It was a little tricky with the floral buds, and I am just adhering it to the bottom left-hand corner of the card. Then I'm using my T ruler to add the sentiment, and when I was done with this card, I thought it looked a little plain. So I pulled out the black eye baubles from Trinity stamps and I placed them everywhere. So I just placed them to fill up that space. I kind of left the upper right hand corner kind of empty because I wanted everything to kind of be on the bottom left hand corner, and I thought that it worked out really well. And this is definitely a card that I created kind of inspired by Hawaii. I am looking forward to the florals, the fruity cocktails, the ocean, and the beach. So I'm really excited. That is it for my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time with another one. Bye!